Hi, this is Jim Johnson with another episode of Fishnet Straight Talk, and I'm here in Independence High School campus in San Jose, California at a Christian business men's gatekeeper conference. And this is Pascal, and I just met him, and he has a radical testimony of God's healing power, and I just let him share a little bit whatever he wants to talk about, and especially your healing.
Well, Jim, it's been exactly a year that I was diagnosed with cancer. Last June, right before my 60th birthday, I developed a lump on the side of my cheek, and I told my wife, I said, I've got a lump there, and I went to go see a dermatologist. The dermatologist looked at it and said it looked rather suspicious, and so he sent me to my general practitioner, and he looked at it and sent me in for an ultrasound. After the ultrasound, they wanted a CAT scan, and then between the CAT scan and waiting for a PET scan, I checked myself in the hospital because the lump was growing that rapidly.
Wow.
And I ended up having a biopsy while I was there, and the biopsy results took about a week to get. Then when I got them, they said, "Yeah, Mr. Bernal, you have cancer." And at first it didn't really sink in, and I thought, God, why am I going through this right now? Because I've been a believer all my life, Jim, but I've lived what I consider a yo-yo Christian life. Good with God, bad with God, walk away from God. There was a time in my life when I really walked away from God, and I literally crashed and burned. He had blessed me abundantly, but because of my disobedience and walking away from God's covering, I really experienced a crash in life, emotionally, financially, and it didn't happen physically, but then I started seeking God, and about 2 years ago, really seeking Him, telling Him I wanted to come back, I wanted to know Him, I wanted to experience Him better than I ever have, and then this happened, the cancer happens, and so I'm questioning God, why am I going through this? But the cancer progressed really quick. By September of 2022, I had a lump on my side of my face. Beginning of September, that was so big and so painful. And I finally got into Stanford Medical beginning of September. I stayed there 3 weeks, and they finally came to the decision that they were going to have to do surgery on me. But they had to give me chemo before doing the surgery because the surgeon wanted to do it just as it was, and the Stanford tumor board told him he would kill me on the table. I wouldn't survive. But he was adamant that he had to do surgery in order to get healed. And those are the words he used, healed. That's the only way we're going to heal you. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what, you're not God. And I had a bunch of people praying for me. And I mean, I literally tell people I had an army of people praying for me. And I began to pray that the chemo would do a radical job on the cancer, so much so that I wouldn't need surgery. And on November 20, I had my first round of chemo, and after my first round of chemo, my doctor saw me, my oncologist in Fresno, and he looked at me, he says, chemo doesn't work that way. He goes, we only gave you a palliative chemo, which is only supposed to make me comfortable, but not necessarily bring healing. And I said, well, chemo may not work that way, but my God does. And they gave me 2 more rounds of chemo, and then I went and had my PET scan at Stanford Medical, and that was on the 23rd of November, and I remember because it was the day before Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, we celebrated with my family. The tumor had gone down dramatically. On the 25th, I got a call from that surgeon and said, Mr. Bernal, we've looked at your last PET scan, and we've decided that you will not be needing surgery.
Wow,
and
great.
Man, I just broke down and cried. And I told God, what a gift to be given on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I'm so grateful for what He's done. But I had 3 more rounds of chemo. Right now, a year later, the doctors don't see any cancer where that lump used to be, or that tumor used to be.
So you never had surgery?
I never had to have the surgery, and they want me to do radiation. But I'm really trusting that God will continue to keep me where I'm at, healed. I believe that God healed me. God intervened because the chemo wasn't supposed to work that way, and I was supposed to have surgery according to them. And so they've been wrong on 2 accounts, and now they say, well, you should have radiation because you're not healed, and there might be cells there that will grow back. And I feel like I'd be insulting God if I did chemo, because I firmly believe that He did heal me through modern medicine. But I just praise God for what He's done in my life. He's given me a new opportunity and a heart that is so grateful. One of the things He did for me is that He really, really became real to me, and my relationship with God has gone from a head knowledge relationship and wanting to know Him to such an intimate relationship with Him. It's something that I crave now. It's something that I want. It's something that I look for, rather than something that I feel I have to do, because God is truly real to me.
Now you have a testimony.
I have, yeah. And ironically, what I do for a living is I sell cancer insurance and heart attack and ICU stuff, critical illness type insurance. But it gives me the opportunity. When I took the job, I didn't think about it. I just knew that I had a story to tell. But there doesn't a day doesn't go by where I can't tell somebody about what God did for me and how He brought healing to me. So I'm just so grateful to God for everything that He's done for me and for giving me. I just had a birthday, turned 61. I just thank God for another year of life and for the opportunity to serve Him and to tell others that He loves them and He's there for them. It doesn't matter where they find themselves at.
Amen. It's a great story.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Jim.